record service logs, do we?
Objection, that's argumentative.
Go ahead.
What I suppose to have happened wasn't relative. What I documented was the facts.
Well, and what you thought before talking to anybody other than Dr. Wong and Mom was that Mom did it, right?
Objection, that lacks foundation. Assumes facts not in evidence, misstates her testimony.
Go ahead.
Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. Can I have it reread, please?
Question. And what you thought before talking to anybody other than Dr. Wong and Mom was that Mom did it, right?
No.
Take a look at your text message bearing base number 76ORG005167. Actually, before you do that, when you say no, you didn't think Mom did it. First of all, did I get that right? Your testimony sitting here today is that no, as of 8:38 or 8:33 p.m. on July 8th, you did not think that Mom was the culprit. Am I understanding you right?
Based upon the time frame that Dr. Wong had informed me the injury would have occurred, the only people who had been taking care of the baby, Lucas, had been the mother, Mrs. Bruno, and the nanny.
Okay, hold on a second. That doesn't really answer my question. What I'd like to do is the last question I asked, ultimately I'll want that reread, but you don't need to reread or answer. I'll want the question. But go back one more question, and I could have sworn that she said no, she didn't believe it was Mom, and maybe I heard that wrong.
Question. And what you thought before talking to anybody other than Dr. Wong and Mom was that Mom did it, right? Answer, no.
Actually, that's far enough. So I heard you right. You didn't think Mom did it, at least according to what you're saying here today.
Wait, can we have that question reread?
Last question. So I heard you right. You didn't think Mom did it, at least according to what you're saying here today.
Before Dr. Wong.
Question. And what you thought before talking to anybody other than Dr. Wong and Mom was that Mom did it, right?
And the answer was no.
Answer, no.
Okay. So does that refresh your recollection that as of 8:33 p.m. on July 8th, 2015, here today under oath, your recollection is that no, you didn't think Mom was our culprit?
What my understanding was at that point in time was the only two people who could have caused the injury were the children's mother, Mrs. Bruno, and or the nanny.
That really doesn't answer my question. Can I have my question reread, please? And I'll ask that you listen really super carefully to the question, because that's the question I want answered. I'll ask the follow-up questions, don't worry. But that's the question I want answered.
So does it refresh your recollection that as of 8:33 p.m. on July 8th, 2015, here today under oath, your recollection is that no, you didn't think Mom was our culprit?
I did believe that Mrs. Bruno could have been the person who caused the injury to Lucas.
Could have been or was? There's a difference.
I didn't know who had actually caused the injury.
So,
I knew that it could have been Mrs. Bruno or the nanny.
So then why didn't you tell your boss that when she asked you? Why didn't you say, well, you know, I really don't know. I haven't done enough of an investigation. The police law enforcement won't let me do enough of an investigation. It could be Mom or the nanny. Why didn't you tell your boss that?
Objections compound, it's argumentative.
Go ahead. I just want to know why you wouldn't have told your boss that.
I did discuss the case circumstances with my boss.
Well, I'm looking at the text message. You clearly didn't. So what I'm wondering, let's just read it together and maybe we can get an understanding and then get an
There's
explanation.
communication going on.
Oh, well, I don't know. She'll tell me that. We have a text message, and it says, need to interview nanny and see her kids. That's you writing to your boss, right?
Yes.
Okay, and she responds to you, doesn't she? So, OMG, exclamation point. What does that mean?
I assume that meant, oh my God.
Thinking it was the doula, nanny, question mark? What's that mean?
Wondering if it was the nanny or the doula who caused the injury.
Right. And in response to that, did you explain to her, well, gee, I can't do my investigation. The only people I've been able to talk to are Dr. Wong and Mom. The detectives won't let me interview anybody else, so I can't really tell you. Did you give your boss that response when she asked you if you were thinking it was the nanny?
I did provide her that information when I spoke with her later that evening.
Later that evening, but right at that point in time at 8:33 p.m. on July 8th, 2015, you had already thought about it in your mind. No, think Mom. Did I read that right?
Yes.
Okay, and no, think Mom means no, you, Laura Todd, think Mom did it.
Objection is argumentative, lacks foundation.
Am I understanding that right?
Yes, you're understanding that right.
Let's take a short break.
We're off the record at 3:50 p.m. We're back on the record at 2:58 p.m.
Okay, I want to show you what we'll mark as exhibit number 4 to your deposition. No, actually, I can probably do a hurry. You recognize that exhibit number 4?
Yes.
What is it?